Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. Now, recently, if you're following me on Instagram, I posted that I went to Hull Record Fair like a week ago. Maybe if you're watching this, it'll be longer than that. But I'm going to show you what I bought at Hull Record Fair in the next video. In this video right now, I've got some bits and pieces out of the side of me, some memorabilia that I've bought. I'm going to show you to add into the collection, and also I've got some one-off albums that I've bought off eBay and things like that. A collection update of sorts. That's what the title of the video is. So yeah, I'm going to start off with the bit of memorabilia that I've got, and don't be too surprised on what it is. It is a piece of menswear memorabilia that I picked up off eBay. I've never seen this before, and that is a Menswear Being Brave music sheet. Now, it's the music sheet for the song Being Brave by Menswear. It is a little bit scuffed around the edges, I'm not going to lie. But other than that, it is in good condition. And do you know what? I've seen these for other bands like Manic Street Preachers, Oasis, Blur, you know, all the big bands of the 90s. Never in a million years would I have thought that there'd be one for menswear. But it popped up on eBay and I picked it up. So here we go. Here's the music sheet. I'm not sure where to hold it in this video. Here's all the chords and everything. The verse. All looking good. That unfolds. It unfolds like that. It's not very big. It's not very thick. But yeah, it's a unique item and definitely nice to put that in the collection. I definitely like the shade of yellow, black and white on that. I actually have this picture in my collection somewhere else, just a press photo. So yeah, that is very good. I was happy to get that. A nice piece to add to the collection. That is the only piece of memorabilia. I know I said, sort of, maybe told a little while I've got memorabilia in the video, but that is the only one I'm showing. The rest is all CDs I've picked up. And the next one I picked up, these next few are all from eBay, and this, when I saw it, I instantly thought I had to have it. It looks like, and it's a piece of cardboard, and it's a compilation. And if you've been following me for a while, I'm a sucker for a 90s Britpop indie compilation. And it is this, a Holsten Pils compilation, and it's called Thrill, Chills and Originals. I'm just going to move that a little bit closer to the camera there. It's on this nice matte finish black, and then a shiny, I don't know if that's embossed or not, Holsten Pils label there. Now, it did get a little bit damaged in post, and I was a bit disappointed with that, mainly up here. Otherwise, it was a really clean, like near mint piece. It's got a little bit of scuffing around the edges, but other than that, do you know what I mean? I feel I'm going to keep an eye out on Discogs for a near mint one, because this piece of cardboard, it looks amazing. It is so clean, and I feel it would be a nice display piece. And I think I've said on previous videos that during the 90s, pretty much every major lager, alcohol, what do you want to call it, alcoholic drink company was getting on the music, getting involved in the music and producing compilation CDs. You could get, there's Holsten Pils, there's Carling Black Label ones, there's Carlsberg ones, Tennant's Lager did them. And this is the CD itself. Very nice. Yellow, Thrill, Chills and Originals. That's what it's called, Thrill, Chills and Originals. Now, I'm going to tell you, you might not have heard of every band on this compilation, but the biggest one on it, I feel, is Ocean Colour Scene on it with 100 Mile High City. But you've also got Bentley Rhythm Ace, Santa Cruz, obscure-ish band from the 90s, Black Grape, Bar Samba, Ocean Colour Scene, Space Raiders, Midfield General and Electricity. Now, it's an okay listen, it's alright, you know what I mean, but there's no standout bangers or big indie hits of the 90s there, apart from Ocean Colour Scene with 100 Mile High City. That's probably biggest song on there. But having the obscure Santa Cruz on there is not bad. But I really saw it. I saw it and I wanted it instantly. It was like, wow, that is amazing, and it'll make a nice display piece. And I'm glad to have it to the collection. That's another compilation. Doesn't matter how small it is. It's only 8 tracks. But all these songs range from 97 to 98. When I've scanned it into Discogs, it doesn't have an actual release date for it. It doesn't even have a year. So it's around that time period. And like I say, I am going to be looking out for a near mint. Well, not a near mint. I'm going to be looking out for a mint one. I'm definitely going to have that. Get that in a plastic wallet so it doesn't get any more damaged. I want a mint condition one of them. So yeah, that's another compilation album in there to the collection. Now, funnily enough, if you've seen my video at the very start of the year, you may remember me saying I was going to be on the lookout for more items that actually did say Britpop on them, whether that be magazines, posters, and CDs and things like that. Now, I haven't been very successful in finding much stuff that has the word Britpop on it. In fact, I have found very little, if nothing at all. I haven't got any posters or anything that say Britpop on them. But then another compilation popped up on eBay, not around the same time as that Holsten Pils one, and it does say Britpop on it, and it is this one here. It says Britpop on it in big red and blue, and it's got all the bands around it. Now, this was released in the year 2000 in Spain, not released in the UK. So I've bought this, Britpop on it, really like it, and it's a 2 CD-er. It's quite a lengthy compilation, 2 CDs. And it's got some big bands on there. Disc 1, and it's got some big songs. Disc 1 has got Reef, Place Your Hands, The Seahorses, the next with I Want You to Know. 3 is Oasis, Some Might Say. 4 is Manic Street Preachers, A Design for Life. And then 5 is Bernard Butler, Not Alone. So the first 5 songs on Disc 1, all bangers, all quality 90s tunes. And then it's from 6 onwards where it gets a bit more, you don't know who they are. And they're not really Britpop. I mean, I could argue that Bernard Butler and Reef are definitely not Britpop, but they're there. So at 6, you've got Marine Research and the song Venn Diagram. Now, Marine Research are a late 90s indie pop band that was formed by the former members of the band Heavenly when Matthew Fletcher in Heavenly passed away. They went on to form Marine Research. After 6 Marine Research, you've got Lightning Seeds, Lucky You, so another 90s big song there. And then at 8, you've got the band Union Wireless and the song I'm Not Used to It. Never heard of Union Wireless until I got this. Done a little bit of research, and according to Discogs, Union Wireless are an indie rock band. But the strange thing is, they didn't release any of their music in Spain. That is according to Discogs. If you know any different and you know any you own any Union Wireless music, please let me know in the comments. But according to Discogs, all their music was released in Spain, which would make sense then for them to be on this compilation, because obviously they were quite well known in Spain. Somebody has heard of them and stuck them on this indie rock band. Doesn't say on Discogs where they're from either. So, and I couldn't find that out. So maybe need to pull that. But I've added the song on here, I'm Not Used to It. So okay, it's an alright listen. So I've added that to my Discogs want list. I'm definitely going to be looking out for some more Union Wireless stuff. At number 9, you've got the song Brimful of Asher by Corner Shop. It's not the remix, it is the original Corner Shop version, which is a great song in its own right before Norman Cook remixed it, and it's nice to see it actually on a compilation over the Norman Cook thing, so it's really good. And at 10, you've got a band called Trembling Blue Stars, Letter Never. Never heard of them, but according to Discogs, they're a indie pop band from London. At 11, you have got Heavenly, so you've got Heavenly, and then you, after Marine Research, Heavenly are another indie pop jangle band from late 80s, early 90s. Pretty much some great, Heavenly have some great songs, and I don't own any of their physical music from the 90s, and they're still active now performing. Heavenly are, they're on the social media, you can find them performing everywhere for the past few years. Next at 12 you've got the American band Sugar, and then at 13 it finishes off with Alaska and Connection. So on disc 1 you have some obscure songs, but you also have some big bangers there to maybe draw people in and buy this in Spain. CD 2 you've got Echo Belly, Suede, Jamiroquai, Eggplant, Heavenly again, Black Grape, Marine Research again, Cooler Shaker, Trembling Blue Stars again, BMX Bandits, Union Wireless. Then it finishes with 2 more bands I never heard of on disc 2. That is Storm Clouds and the Lovelies. Storm Clouds, according to Discogs, are a psychedelic folk band from the 90s, and the Lovelies are another indie pop band. So, and when I looked into the Lovelies, they only released their one album in Spain in 1997. But I've added it to my Discogs want list. I'll be looking out for that. But all in all, it's got some obscure songs, it's got some bangers in there. So yeah, this is a nice thing to have. Definitely like it. It's got Britpop right across it. I'm actively looking for things that say Britpop on them to have out on display or in my collection. So yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed that. Up next, I have been after this one for a while, and it was, whenever it was expensive. When this one came up, it wasn't expensive. I got it for £7 off eBay, and that is the very, well, I say very rare since making this video. It's the indie band Cuckoo Land and their album Pop Sensibility. Now, I got this for £7 in the summer. I've gone to look at Discogs before making this video, and it is on there. 2 people are selling it on there for about the £10 mark. So if you are interested, you can go get it as well. It was very hard to find before that. It wasn't on Discogs when I bought it. And on my channel, if you could look through some, I think it's called the Hidden Gems section or something, songs you've never heard of, the song on there by Cuckoo Land, As Good As It Gets, is on my channel from a couple of years ago. Definitely go check that out. Great song. But that is one of the singles released on there, and so is Radio Friendly. But my favourite song is the number 6, Maundy Maundy. And that's the song that introduced me to the band. And I actually heard that when I found the Farnborough Groove Collection, I think it's called, on Bandcamp. And that is they are compilations put out in the 90s of local indie bands from down south. I think there was only on cassette as well. And Cuckoo Land feature quite prominently on them, and definitely the song Maundy Maundy is on one of them. So that's what I've picked up off eBay. Up next, I've got a couple of car boot bits that I picked up in the summer. Car boot pickings were really slim in the summer. Nothing much at all. And I got these 2 at the same car boot. And the first one is the debut album by Texas, and it is their debut album, Southside. Now, this came out in 1989, and I know you might be saying, oh, but they're not indie, they're not even Britpop. No, they're not. But at the end of the day, they're a guitar band, and I like this Texas. They've got some banging songs that came out in the 90s. They're not Britpop, they're not indie. It's my CD collection at the end of the day. This came out in 1999. It's guitar music, it's UK. That's what I'm all about. It's in my collection. And this has the song I Don't Want a Lover. It's a great album. Great album. And I already had another Texas album in my collection. I can't remember which one. But I think it's White on Blonde. And then there's another one that I'm missing. But this is a great album. I think I'm going to put this on in the car actually later. There's Texas, Southside. That's from 1989, like I said. Don't have much in my 1989 section. I need to fill that out. Indie bands. Let me know if there's any indie bands from 1989. I should get the album of and check it out. UK based, obviously. And the next one, I got this from the exact same car boot, and that is the Manic Street Preachers album, Know Your Enemy. Now, this came out in 2001, and I am being honest now, I have listened to Manic Street Preachers this year as much as I have listened to Oasis. Do you know what? I keep going back to them when I'm at work and stuff. I put them on in, but when I'm not listening to a playlist or Oasis, I'm still on that Oasis kick from seeing them live. And yeah, I've really enjoyed them. This album, compared to the albums before it, it doesn't really lift you up. It doesn't have them big anthemic songs. There isn't them on there, I don't feel. But it is a good listen all round. And I am not actively going to rush out and buy every Manic Street Preachers album. Not happening. But when I do see them up in a charity shop in a car boot, if I don't have it, I'm going to go get an anti-collector because I want to get the full Manics album discography. Slowly get there one at a time. And I didn't pay $12.99 for it from HMV. I think I paid £1 for this car boot, same as the Texas one. So yeah, that's Manic Street Preachers. Now, if you have been watching me on Instagram, you'll have seen I've been making some like buried treasure posts, reels should I say, of CD singles from the 90s of bands that you probably never heard of. But when I've been digging through my CD boxes looking for them, I actually found I had a full run of this Cue the Music compilation series. I've got every one up to number 11, which is great. That's practically a full compilation series I have all done. I thought that was great. Get them out, give them a clean. That'd be great to have on display. How wrong was I going to be? They are not going to be great to have on display. And I'm going to show you why. Now, first of all, I am only missing, I actually have them all, but I'm missing the case for number 6. I remembered who I got this off in a big bundle. It was from a home where a smoker lived. Now, I'm missing number 6, no case, no booklet, no back thingy. So I need number 6. And like I said, I thought they'd be great to have on display. All looking good with the spines and everything. But then when I held them up like that, like I said, I got them from a home where a heavy smoker lived. All the spines don't match. It goes white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. Okay? So then I thought, okay, it's fine. I'll turn them around the other way. They'll look great. So I'm going to get them here. I've got 1 to 4. That looks good. That looks really good. And I was happy for that. I'd have them there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it says exclusive. I'll hold that a bit closer. And that says exclusive there. All good. All look nice display piece on the shelf. Until you get to number 5. And that's why I've held up 1 to 4. And now I'm going to hold up number 5. You get to number 5. And they change the spine. Now it doesn't say exclusive. All running through it. And they've changed the colours. So now, I'm going to put them together. Yeah, 1 to 4 match. But 1 to 4 don't match 5 onwards. If 6 was in there, do you know what? It would look odd. Now don't get me wrong, I feel they might still look good all like that together on the shelf and say I have the full run of the Q compilation series. But why? Why change it? It'd been good if it was all the same. Does anybody have them and they're all the same? I would love to have them all the same. So I'm going to be looking for number 6 to complete it. But then, I say that, Joe, but when they only go up to number 9, up to number 8, sorry, there. So I've got to get number 6, case, book, back leaflet. Well then, 9, 10 and 11 come in cardboard sleeves. So then they don't even match. I can't even have them out next to them because I can't put them in the jewel case. They don't match. So this compilation series, yeah, it's not... I can have 1 to 8 looking nice on display. 9, 10, 11 just going to be somewhere else. Not the same. And it spoils it a bit. As a CD collector and you're out looking for them, actively trying to get a full set. It's not the same, but it is what it is, and I can't change that. So yeah, I'm after number 6. If anyone's got a number 6 that they're willing to just let go of, hit me up. I'd love to add it and have the full 1 to 8 looking all good in the collection there. Really nice. And in fact, let me know if there's a number 12, because I'm not sure if number 11 is the last one or there's more after that. But that's all for my collection update. In my next video, I am going to show you what I bought from the Hull Record Fair. That is in my next video, and please stick around for that. Subscribe if you haven't. Give this a thumbs up, like the video, all of that stuff. Help me get a bit more noticed online. Really appreciate it. Come back next time to see what I got from the Hull Record Fair. And I will see you next time.